Well, it's time for another recording, and I thought I would just bring you up to date on a few things. First of all, ExonTrade. It looks as if ExonTrade has pulled the rug. If you look here, you can see there's a number of pending payments that have not come out. There are also a number there that are marked withdrawal completed and have not hit my wallet. So uh, all of these basically are not in my wallet, even though they say complete or pending. It doesn't matter. They are not doing transactions. So unfortunately, I think this is the end of ExonTrade. It seemed to be good for what it was. They had promising uh, futures, so they said, but I don't think they were there for the long run. This is not going to be a pleasant video, unfortunately. There's going to be some doom and gloom in it, but I don't try and prop things up. I try and say things as they are. So this is a few articles that I've come across that seem to show that we are in a bit of an issue when it comes to crypto. But I don't want you to focus on the crypto side. If you look at the whole global economy, be it stocks, shares, real estate, anything, it is all down. So unfortunately, a lot of people, a lot of political people or leaders are saying that we're not in a recession. I think they are trying to hope that people think we're not in a recession. I think the reality is anybody who knows anything knows that we are in a recession, unfortunately. So again, these are other articles that I came across, and this is not good. According to Bloomberg here, there do seem to be some definite issues that are going on, and these need to be addressed for sure. But they will come to an end. We will see an upswing again. When? I don't know. A week from now, a month from now, a year from now, it could be any time. Personally, I don't think it's going to be anytime soon, but I'm not going to put a time frame on it because I honestly don't know. So here's another thing, that Robinhood market. If anybody knows anything about Robinhood is one of the biggest exchanges. They were 29 billion a year ago. Now they are 7 billion they're worth. Coinbase, 66 billion 12 months ago. Now 13 billion. These are big, big losses. And another reason I strongly suggest that you do not put your coins in these exchanges, that you put them in a hard wallet like the Secure Exit I use, and therefore when they're off the exchanges, the exchange could go up and down, they could go bankrupt, they could close their doors, it doesn't matter. They not going to affect the coins that are in your wallet. Three Arrows Capital filed for bankruptcy. Again, something else that's coming up here. So these are all things that are happening due to the global economy that's going on. Major crypto broker Voyager suspends trading. Maybe this is a problem with ExonTrade as well, that because of all of these, what happens, unfortunately, is that one exchange lends to another exchange, that lends to another exchange, and so on. So when the one exchange says, I need my money back, that then leaves all the exchanges below them in crisis. No different to the banks. Your bank may say that they are insured, they probably are, and that your money is safe because of this. Don't be fooled by this. If the banks had to call their notes, as they're called, then they may go to the insurance and say, well, we need our money. Now, the insurance does not have, I'm picking numbers here, $1 billion put aside for Bank One. $1 billion put aside for bank two, and so on and so on. They may have $1 billion. So when they go and they say, we need to pull on our insurance, they're going to take that $1 billion and then they're going to divvy it up according to everybody who needs it. So you may get 10 cents on the dollar paid out to you. In my opinion, that's not really insurance. Insurance is, if I have $100, I want $100, not $1. So that is why a lot of people get misled by these bank insurances. And I just want to be very clear on this, that that is not always the case. That there are many cases, and I keep referring to the issue in Greece a few years ago because they basically went through what the world is going through now, and they couldn't pay out. The banks closed their machines. They would only limit very small withdrawals daily because they didn't have the money, literally. And if that happens in the bank, it's going to be the same. If you go and you say, I need my $1,000 bank, the bank's going to say, well, sorry, there are 200 other people who want $1,000. We only have X amount of $1,000. We're just going to give you we're going to divide it up. And that is how it's going to work. So don't get fooled on this crypto crash and that it's all crypto's fault and stuff like that. No, the banks, the vulnerability is global over all the platforms. So be aware of that. This is an interesting one. FTX was actually going to buy Celsius, but I guess they did an audit and they found a $2 billion missing from the balance sheet. So this was something that they said, maybe we're not going to buy you anymore because if we found this, what else is missing there? Something I would have done as well. You always want to do an audit when you are buying something to make sure that the books are straight and that they are what they are. And obviously they weren't. Celsius, from what I'm reading, is in a lot of trouble. How far it'll go, I'm not sure, but they are. Better days are ahead? Yes. When? I'm not sure. It could be a week, a month, a year. I'm not sure. But the bear market is here. We are in the bear market, which is the equivalent of a global recession. And it will swing around. This is the time, if you can, to buy at the bottom. If you want to buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Shiba Inu, whatever you want to buy, just watch it and see. There are some people that saying we're not at the bottom yet, that it will fall further. I've heard predictions that Bitcoin could go as low as 10,000 US. I don't know. It could bounce around the 20,000, which is where it is currently, but we'll have to see. But if you can, the best way to do this, if you want to, is do your daily average. So if you want to buy, let's say $1,000 worth of Bitcoin, don't buy $1,000 worth of Bitcoin now. Buy $100 worth of Bitcoin. Tomorrow buy $100. Following day buy $100, and so on, because you're doing then a daily cost average. So then as it goes up and down each day, you may buy a little higher, you may buy a little lower, but it will actually average out, and you more than likely have a better chance of being in a better position by doing that versus one purchase. Again, this is the wallet that I use, the SecureX, and the link is on the link below. You're more than welcome to go to the website that I use, cryptoservices.ca, and there you'll see them all. You can then click on SecureX as well if you wish, and you'll be able to then purchase your wallet. They have a few there. You can choose what you want. You do get a 15% discount by using the code below. So please feel free to do that if you wish. This is, in my opinion, the safest way to keep your coins, because if they are off the exchanges, it doesn't matter what exchange they came from, you can move them to another exchange, to the original exchange, wherever you want it, but they will be there until you want to then use it. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope the next one I'll have better news for you, but I do try and call it the way I see it. Thank you.